Now the first thing I'm going to do is I put this in a padded vise, made sure that the barrel was level. A lot of times I get a lot of comments on why I put my vise on the outside, don't put it on the very edge. I put it inset several inches because of this very reason, because I have it overlapped on my bench where I can clamp stuff and then clamp on the other side and utilize my bench. Because what we're going to do is we're going to put my small vise underneath it to where I can clamp the barrel in this way, and that'll give me a surface to be able to put the clamp in this way, and I can actually clamp to the vise instead of trying to clamp to the round part of the bottom of the gun, because trying to put that little bitty sight on here and clamp it on the bottom with a rounded bottom and a very thin sight, it's just going to skate around. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to clean up this trough with some acetone. I'll tape off the edges with some painter's tape, just to keep any of the epoxy from running down onto the frame. More stuff that we would have to clean off. And I mean, this stuff is pretty strong. I've seen where people's actually glued engine blocks together with this. So I mean, it has a 3,127 psi and sets in 6 minutes. So we're going to try it and see how it goes. Let me get everything set up. Like I said, I'm going to clean it, tape it off, and get my sight ready to go, because basically all we're going to do is put Mr. Sight down in there and clamp it down. All right, so basically we just degreased this and degreased the sight with the did use mineral spirits. That's what I had handy. Um, and if you can see, it's still got the little line where it was peened to begin with. You do want to make sure you put this on straight. Don't put it on backwards. And basically, that's all we're going to do is put it in there. Have the other vise underneath here holding this. We want to make sure everything's level, square. Then I'll mix up the JB Weld and fill this trough and clamp in our sight and let it dry. And then we'll see how that comes from there. Alright, we've got everything good and clamped into the both vices. Don't think this is going to be a whole major issue with doing it, because that groove is pretty tight. If we look, our barrel is square, so all we're going to have to do is fill that little trough with our epoxy and put in our sight. I taped up right up close to the edge, so the only part that's exposed is the trough. You can see that. And then we'll go from there. Alright, we've let this thing sit about half an hour. Here's a good way to check your epoxy dry time. Just leave your applicator laying in your epoxy, and you can see that's getting firm. It's not fully cured, but we want to check this thing and make sure that it's straight. So we'll take our clamps off, and we'll take this other vise out of the way. We'll remove this one from the vise and look down at, looks like it's off just a skosh. But we can work with that. Alright. We'll pull the protective painter's tape off. And now we have a sight. It's just slightly off. I'll give her just a little tap. And it's a lot better than it was. We'll go from there.